I'm Jenna and this is my audience.
I'm Lori.
I'm Stuart.
I'm Mohammed.
Imagine you are shopping online for clothes. You have an event coming up this week and you need a new outfit. First, you go to a high-end brand. You find some stuff you like and then add it to your cart. This whole time, you didn't really pay attention to the price of these items. As you go to checkout, your total is way over your price range and just way more than you expected to spend. So, you go back to the internet, but this time you search for cheap clothes. Tons of websites pop up with extremely cheap prices. You quickly find what you need and the total is over half of the price of your first order. It is obvious what you will choose. Little do you know is that you're giving money to a fast fashion company. You might be thinking to yourself, what is fast fashion? An April 13th, 2021 article called Fast Fashion, It's Detrimental to the Environment on earth.org defines it as cheaply produced and priced garments to copy the latest catwalk styles. I personally have fallen for the low prices and have purchased from these companies in the past, so I know all about their quality and sustainability. Today I will talk about the environmental harm and the poor working conditions that come along with these companies. Also, I will inform you of some ways that you can help with this issue. With this information, you all can hopefully make better decisions when shopping for clothes and really understand where everything is coming from. First, let's look at the effects on the environment. Because fast fashion companies produce so much in so little time, it creates a lot of waste that hurts the environment. The article, Fast Fashion, It's Detrimental to the Environment, states that retailers like Zara, Forever 21, and H&M are responsible for 8 to 10% of global carbon emissions. They are also the second biggest consumer of water globally. Using all of this water and putting harmful gases into the air is only part of the issue. Because trends change so quickly, clothes are constantly being put into landfills and are further polluting our environment. As the trends change, most people feel the need to dress a certain way to fit in, so they are constantly updating their closets. With this comes a lot of money that needs to be spent. The average person does not want to pay expensive prices for these new items because they know they will have to replace them shortly. Carolyn Becker-Leapold's 2018 book, Eco-Friendly and Fair, describes fast fashion companies as satisfying to the customer's demand of quick, new styles. This is contributing to the harmful effects of a lot of trash. This trash could go into the ocean and harm wildlife or even just pollute the water that we are using every day. While the amount of waste will always be a problem, a 2018 book called The Dirty Side of the Garment Industry says that in just 2 decades, the rate of changing trends is exponentially higher. Since fast fashion companies are becoming more and more popular, this will not change and we will continue to add to the already extreme amount of trash. While these companies are bad for the environment, that's not the only issue they bring. Now, let's look at the way they treat their employees. In the book, Eco-Friendly and Fair, they talk about a specific case of poor conditions that led to the death of over 1,000 workers in that factory. As the idea of fast fashion became popular, there was a need for a cheap and quick way to produce these products, so companies started making their materials in other places around the world. A 2008 journal, Global Sourcing, covers the story of Zara, a fashion retailer that has over half of their production in Spain and Portugal. Also, most of the factories in these countries have very poor structure and end up causing harm to their workers. There is a specific case where a building in Asia collapsed in 2013 because of a structural failure which resulted in killing and injuring a lot of the workers inside. The July 19th, 2021 article, Working Conditions in the Fashion Industry, describes the plaza as having unacceptable working conditions that led to the collapse. The workers were breathing in toxic chemicals and had no ventilation in the buildings. There were also frequent injuries and fires in the building. Because they want to pay such a small amount of money for their products, most fast fashion companies do not put much effort or money into making sure their factories are safe for their workers. Aside from the buildings being unsafe, the workers are also treated unfairly. According to the article Working Conditions in the Fashion Industry, Most garment workers work 14 to 16 hours a day, 7 days a week, for about 5 times less than the livable wage. Also, according to the article on earth.org, 80% of these workers are women between the ages of 18 and 24. While these circumstances seem extreme to us, they are very common in the fast fashion industry. Now that I have told you all of the problems that come with fast fashion, let's look at ways we could work towards reducing this issue. It is up to us to stop the harm in the environment and to stop letting these companies get away with treating their workers unfairly. One way we could help out is by buying less clothing in general. The article Working Conditions in the Fashion Industry says that we buy 10 while our grandmothers bought 2. This means that one of our main problems is excessive consumption. We are buying way more unnecessary products than we were in the past few decades. While we obviously can't stop buying clothes altogether, we can buy less and buy from sustainable brands. The article Working Conditions in the Fashion Industry states that more and more brands are considering the effects on the environment and are working towards making more sustainable materials. It would be best to research the brand you are buying from and ensure that you are buying from a good company. Another great way to cut down on consumption is to shop secondhand and even donate clothes that you no longer need. As you can see, it is very important to be aware of the companies you are buying from. In conclusion, buying clothes from fast fashion companies is not something you should do. While it might be tempting to buy cheaper clothes, you must keep in mind what harm could come from you doing that. It is more sustainable to buy clothes from thrift stores or even get them passed down from family and friends. Even just buying less clothing and donating your old clothes will help us work towards a better and safer environment. Today, I told you about the environmental and social impact of these companies. I hope that this will make you think about what companies you are supporting and will push you to do more research before buying from a new company.